Hello, boys and girls. Oh, yes. Just like on TV with, people who do it for a job. It's amazing. Right. Now, boys and girls and grown-ups as well. Now, this talk today is going to be the children's talk and the adults talk kind of combined. So don't switch off. Keep paying attention, because the presentation may be for the children, but the content is for everyone. Okay? Oh, I like that. You're already getting into it. I got a feeling this could go well. Right. So, flip chart. Today, it's already been given away, but we're going to be talking about forgiveness. Let me just write it up. And the rest. I spelled that correctly? Yes, I have. So we're talking about forgiveness. But a good question to start with, I hear you thinking, is, what is forgiveness? Actually, is there a handheld mic I could just quickly grab? And I will ask some questions from these small people in front of me. Ah, Luca, of course. Well, I'm glad you're here, because you're the only hand. So tell me, let's see if we can wrap this up early. What is forgiveness?
It's when if someone's done something wrong, you forgive them for what they've done.
That sums it up very well. Ah, here's your sister with her hand up. Let's ask another question, then you can ask them that one. Can you think of an example, a time, where you have had to forgive someone? Can you remember?
If someone has been rude to you.
Are we talking about anybody we know here?
Yeah.
Yes. You? Yes, I can see. And did you forgive him, or was this the moment to do it now? You forgave him, I imagine. I know what you were like. You fully forgave him. Yes. Anyone else got any wonderful examples of anyone past the front row? No? Okay. Go on, Luca. Give me I see a small hand and a shaking head now. Okay. Okay, give me an example of a time you've had to forgive someone.
If you're being bullied, you have to forgive them and not follow their footsteps.
Oh, yes. This is very good stuff. I could keep going here, I reckon. But I need to use the flip chart. So, today, boys, I don't need both of these. There it is, nice and gentle. Simon's happy. Right. So today, boys and girls, I'm going to tell you a story. A little bit of a cautionary tale, but I'll keep going. It is about, you may have met him before. What's this?
Jesus.
It's not Jesus, though he does appear later. No, let's see what we can do. That's right. This is Chucky Egg, everybody. This is Chucky Egg. Sorry, I'm just suddenly realised I haven't got myself set up properly. Okay. This is Chucky Egg. Now, Chucky Egg, as you probably know, lives in an egg town with other egg people in egg cars and egg dogs and egg cats. I think you get the picture. Now, Chucky Egg, it's quite an excitable little chap. Keep listening. It's quite an excitable little chap. He's quite passionate. And this story is a little bit about one of those times when he gets a little bit carried away, maybe. But here's one thing I need to tell you about Chucky Egg, because it's important to the plot. Chucky Egg loves swimming. Who likes swimming here? Oh, yeah, good set of hands. Show me your best swimming moves. Are they like this? Or like that? Or like this? No? That's good. Okay, let's tell you what. As he's here, let's put some little trunks on him. There we are. Nice red trunks. Oh, a little bit of wet on his face there. Look, there's the... He's just got out of the swimming pool. Now, Chucky Egg, we'll begin our story at the qualifiers for the Great Egg Swimming Competition. Okay, now you know what a qualifier is? I'll tell you what a qualifier is then. It's when, let's say, all the schools in the area all put forward their best egg to enter the main competition. So it's the qualifiers. So in Chucky Egg School, they're qualifying, and the best egg will go forward to the Great Egg. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. Okay, there's Chucky on the edge of the swimming pool, getting ready to dive in. Here's Sheldon, next to him. Here's Meg, there she is. And here's Benedict. Okay. So They're all there, ready to dive in. Now, this is not a swimming. This is not a race, okay? It is a kind of race, but there's lots of different types of swimming competitions. And this one is where you dive down to the bottom of the water, and you pick up a set of keys, and you go back up again. Or it might be a bean bag, or it might be a little rubber ring. You know that one? Yeah. People are always losing bean bags at sea, apparently. So that's what you do. So they dive down, they pick up the items at the bottom, and they come back up again. So it's like a diving competition. So the teacher blows the whistle. Beep. And they dive in. But here's a situation I just need to tell you about before they actually dive in. Sheldon, who Chucky kind of knows, he's one of those kids who you see around. He's not necessarily a friend, not an enemy either, just a kid you get to know. You sorting out that crackling, Steve? Oh, was that my problem? Yeah, crackling. Do you want me to use this instead? Okay. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. I normally draw with one hand, to be fair. Right. So Sheldon, Chucky observed, put his foot in front of his foot. Oh, he's getting a head start. So Chucky thought, I'm not having any of this, I'll put my foot in front of his foot. How's he like that? Sheldon then does the same again, puts his foot in front of his foot. And there's one foot going in front of each foot like this. And then the whistle blows, everyone dives in. What happens to these two? They fall in. Their feet all tangled up and splash. They fall in and they're just splashing around. So I come and have a look. And before they realise it, all the other eggs have all dived down, picked up the keys and got out again. And they've both come last. Oh dear. Let's see what happens then. Because then, oh dear, the incriminations start. Oh, you put your foot in front of mine and made me trip in. Oh yeah, well you put your foot in front of mine and made me trip in. Yeah, and then you put your foot in front of mine. Yeah, and I tripped in. Yeah, and you tripped. Yeah, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Oh, it gets a little bit upsetting. In fact, let's use that red pen again to show the rather angry situation going on. Oh, I'm so angry. Oh dear. Those eggs, angry eggs. No, let's keep paying attention. And do you know who did win, though? It's important, this to the story. Do you know who did win? That's right, Benedict won. Now, Benedict, he's quite a popular egg. Benedict is quite a popular egg, and he's also a really nice guy as well, so you can't dislike him. He's a really nice bloke. And everyone loves him, especially all the girl eggs. Little bows in her hair. Oh, Benedict. There you go. We all know what that's like, don't we, guys? When I was at school, anyway. So, all the girls go, oh, Benedict, we love you. And the thing about Benedict, this is important for later in the story, his parents are always taking him on holiday. He loves going on holiday. He's got a nice tan. Let me just see if I can put a little bit of tan on him. Nice tan. And he's always taking him away to places like Easter Island, for example. The Seychelles. He's always going there. Portugal. He's been to Portugal. That's right. Portugal, that's what I said. They're always taking him away on holiday. But anyway, back to Chucky. He was seething. He couldn't believe he lost the race. Well, the diving competition. He should have won it. And he went home really angry. He stomped in. You ever done this when you were angry? Come back from school? Yes, yeah, you too. Okay, and he threw open the door, slammed the door behind him. And went, ah! I can't believe that Sheldon. He drives me crazy. And then he saw someone in his house. Who do you think was in his house? Jesus isn't the answer to all of these questions. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look who was in his house. Oh, getting close. But here's where we're going to. Here's where you might change your mind. No. It's his granddad, obviously, isn't it? See, that's clearly a granddad egg. And his granddad was there. And his granddad said in a sort of granddad sort of voice. Oh, hello, Chucky. What's the matter? What's the problem, young man? And Chucky said, oh, that's Sheldon. He put his foot in front of mine. I put my foot, he put your foot in front of me. And then we fell in, we splash, and it's just really wound me up. I'm just really angry with all this now, Grandad. Now, Grandad had a little think. You can see Chucky was a little bit wound up now. And he went to the bookshelf, and he pulled out a big book. A big black book with a cross on the front. What do you think that might be? No, not Santa Claus. It's the Bible. Now, Chucky, he knew that when he saw his granddad taking the Bible off the shelf, he knew one of two things was going to happen. He knew it was either going to be a fantastic story, maybe about a small boy killing a giant with a small stone, or maybe about a man who made friends with some lions when he wasn't expecting to, or about Jesus feeding people with some bread and some fish. Or he could go the other way. The second way was his granddad would read him something which felt a little bit like a lesson and didn't make him feel that comfortable and made him realise that he needs to do something. And he suspected it was going to be the second one this time. So let's have a look. I'll sort of kneel down here. Now I've got one hand. Let's have a look. And his granddad went to a book in the New Testament called Ephesians, which is a letter written many years ago to a group of Christians. And this is what he read out. He said, stop being mean, bad-tempered and angry. Crawling, harsh words and dislike of others should have no place in your lives. Instead, be kind to each other. Tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God has forgiven you because you belong to Christ. So Chucky said, well, what's forgiveness mean, Grandad? And his granddad said, well, as Lucas said to us, it's like an apology. Well, no, it's when someone owes you an apology because they've hurt you or upset you. But it's looking unlikely that you're going to get that sorry from them. So rather than get angry or allowing the pain to get worse, you say, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to forgive you. Well, that doesn't sound very fair, said Chucky. Sounds like you're letting somebody off the hook there. What's Jesus say about all this? Oh. Well, carry on. What's Jesus say about all this, he thought? Kind of hoping Jesus said nothing about this. So his granddad turned to another part of the Bible and he goes, oh, Jesus says quite a lot about this. And he says, oh, did he? What's Jesus say then? Does he say I've got to forgive someone like more than once? What, like twice? 3 times? 7 times? Does he say I've got to forgive someone 7 times? Is that what you're trying to tell me? And his granddad said, well, no. Jesus says you don't need to forgive someone 7 times. To which Chucky went, oh, good, that sounds sensible. And his granddad said, I haven't stopped yet. Jesus says you don't forgive someone 7 times, you forgive them 70 times 70. 7 times 70 times. What? Said Chucky. 7 times 70? That sounds like a lot. Now let me just work out my maths. Let's have a look. Here he is. Oh, let's have a look. He's pretty good at maths. Okay, let's have a little think. I can do this, he's thinking. I can do this. 7 times 70. There it is. Okay, boys and girls. What's 7 times 0? What's 7 times... That's right, it's always 0, isn't it? It's a pretty fairly straightforward on that. Okay, and what's 7 times 7? 49, yes. So there we go. 490 times? Is that how many times I've got to forgive someone? Oh dear, thought Chucky, this is too much. And his granddad says, but if you don't forgive, the pain and anger just starts to affect you. And Chucky thought, oh, I can't forgive Sheldon. He's wound me up so much. I can't forgive him. And he just walked off, kind of ignoring what his granddad suggested. And over the next few days or weeks, doesn't matter which, he took delight in some ways in talking about what happened and telling everybody how awful Sheldon was and how he cheated and how he put his foot in front of his foot, his front of his foot, his front of his, and then he fell in and he was just seething with rage at this situation. And everyone knew that if you want to make friends with Chucky, all you've got to do is dish Sheldon and he'll be on your side. And what happened was, he's a little bit sad, so he's very angry. Look at that seething. Oh, look. But what started to happen is Chucky started to go a bit rotten. Oh, he started going a bit smelly. It's kind of like he was going a little bit rotten inside as he was getting more and more angry. And when he spoke to people, stuff that came out of his mouth started to sound rotten as well. It wasn't a happy situation. But that's not the end of the story. We won't leave Chucky as a rotten egg. Because what happened? He got a letter in the post. Who's that letter from?
Jesus.
I'm going to start ignoring those answers till it's the right answer. No. It was from the swimming competition people. Exactly. They wrote him a letter and it said in it, "Dear Chucky Egg, we'd like to invite you to take part in the Great Egg Swimming Competition because Benedict cannot make it. His family have taken him on holiday again. Oh dear. This time to New York. New York. A wonderful town." And so Chucky thought, hurrah, that was so Sheldon. I've obviously seen my skills and thought, Benedict can't make it. Chucky's the egg for us. So, he was still feeling a bit rotten about the whole situation, but he was a little bit happier about being in the egg competition. So again, we come to the day of the diving competition. Here we go, let's see them all lined up again. Oh, there it is, there's the water. Okay, so here's Chucky again, all ready to go. Here's all the other eggs. Here's one from a school we don't know about. I haven't got a name for him. Here's another one with glasses and spiky hair. And who's this next to him? Sheldon. What's Sheldon doing there? They must have invited them both to take part for some bizarre reason. Oh dear, he thought. Sheldon's here, this diving competition. Well, anyway, remember, he's still a little bit of a rotten egg, so he's still got all the little smelly marks going up there. Anyway, so remember the system. They've got to dive down, get the beanbags and the keys and swim back up again. So the whistle blows. I won't draw it this time, just imagine it. The whistle blows, and they all dive in. Splash. But here's the thing, boys and girls, a little bit of science for you. Do you know what happens to rotten eggs in water? They don't explode. They float. That's right. Oh dear. The situation now. Chucky dives in, all the other eggs are diving down, and Chucky's floating on top going, I can't get down, I can't swim down, I'm floating on top. Oh no, what's going on? And he gets angry and frustrated. Oh, it's just a ridiculous situation that I'm in. Oh, dear, and splashing around. There's his hands, there's the water, all this water going everywhere. Oh, this is just crazy. Oh dear. But he's not going anywhere. He's just floating. And as he tires out, his little arms start to wane. He starts to think about everything that's been going on recently. He thinks, I've been a silly egg. Everyone else is diving now. They've virtually finished the race. And I'm stuck here. What good has my anger done for me? And as he's sitting there, a little bit dejected, a little bit sad, he smells something. What's that smell? What's that smell? It's not my smell. And he looks around, and bobbing behind him, also floating, Sheldon. And he turns around and goes, and he's also stinky. Stinky together. And he goes, Sheldon, what are you doing here? And Sheldon looks a little bit sad. And he says, Chucky Egg, I forgive you. You forgive me. And Sheldon says, all that palaver with the feet, one foot in front of the other, one foot. You know, I forgive you for doing that to me. What? For doing that to me? And he says also, I've really been dissing you behind your back recently. And I'm sorry about that. Have you? I didn't hear about this. So Chucky starts to think, well, hang on a second. We've both kind of been through the same situation. And he's forgiven me. Wow. so he realises he needs to do the same thing. And he says, Sheldon, mate, I forgive you. And I'm also sorry, because you may have heard, I've been dissing you too. And they both look at each other and realise they're both being rather silly eggs. And in that moment, now this isn't science, in that moment, they stop smelling. The rottenness goes away. And they find, they can dive now, but it's a bit late. But they can dive now. But what they do instead is, as friends, they swim back. They swim back together. I would say arm in arm, but that wouldn't be practical for swimming. They swim back together. And all the other eggs cheer, because they've all been involved. They know what's been going on. Here they are. Yeah, Sheldon and Chucky are friends again. Oh, hurrah. No more talking about each other behind their backs. And they come back. There we are. So I could get carried away. Okay. And they come back. And Chucky goes back and sees his granddad again. And he says, and granddad's still there, still reading his Bible. Good old granddad. And he tells granddad all about it and tells how Sheldon was in the same situation as him and how he managed to come to a place to say, I forgive you, and also I'm sorry. Let me just get down here. And he says, it was like the anger wasn't making me rotten inside. So rotten stuff also started coming out of me. And granddad said, well, yes, Jesus talks about that too in the Bible, about how what comes out of you kind of shows what's going on inside. And he said, but when I forgave Sheldon, even though I was still annoyed, about the whole foot thing, the rottenness went away. And granddad nodded. He understood. Then Chucky said, got one more question, granddad. Is Jesus an egg? He asked. And his granddad said, well, no. Jesus is a person. How does that work, says Chucky. Said granddad, we're just characters in a story designed to illustrate a point to those who are listening. To which Chucky said, oh, you are silly, granddad. And they laughed and had crumpets and tea. So, thank you. But off the back of that, boys and girls, I've got a couple of questions for you two to make sure you were listening. So, what happened when Chucky and Sheldon got tangled up at the beginning? What happened after that?
They were saying stuff about each other and blaming each other for losing, and then they started smelling rotten.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, pretty much. But why did, I think you've answered this already, but I'm going to ask it. Why did Chucky go rotten? Down here, I see an arm that's just gone down.
Because he was angry and he didn't want to do it.
No, that's exactly the right answer. So, but what happened when he forgave Sheldon? There's a hand there.
They weren't rotten anymore.
That's right. The rottenness went away. So, boys and girls, what I want to do, we're just coming to the end now. I'm going to wrap up in a minute. But I've got here, let's have a look, I've got some little eggs for you. Paper eggs. Adults, it's all right. Paper eggs. Now, can someone just help me hand these out? Actually, hold on for 1 second. I'll ask the question first. See, what I want you to do, actually, and this is for you as well, adults. We're going to all just close our eyes for a minute. I just want to ask a question. I want you just to take a little moment just to think about what I'm going to ask. Because I know this is different for many different people. And it does totally depend on what's happened to you in your life. But the question I want you to ask is, who do you need to forgive? This may be many years ago. This may have been recently. And another question off the back of that is, who do you need to say sorry to? Boys and girls. Is there anyone? Might not be anyone, but there may be. And what I want you to do, boys and girls, with those bits of paper, you can hand them out now. There's this little Bible verse on there as a reminder, but also write down or draw a picture on the back which maybe relates to this. You can think of somebody, might be someone at school, might be somebody who you don't always get on with, or just think about whether you've done something that you need to say sorry for. And you'll be pleased to know, grown-ups, I've got a load for you as well. So, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
There's one there for each section. I've divided them up.
Okay.
So Andy might be able to help out. And we've got some pencils here. But adults, mums and dads, grown-ups, don't worry about filling them in now. Just take it away with you. There should be enough. I've done about 300 of them. So there should be enough there. One for each of you. But could the band come up now, actually? Because I'm just going to wrap up now. Because I know this isn't an easy subject that we talk about. But, like the story, we can't afford really to let bitterness, rage, resentment take a hold in our lives. Because like with Chucky Egg, it starts to influence the way you do things, the way you talk. It becomes a burden. And we're called to be unburdened. In fact, Jesus talks about how he takes the burden from us and gives us his, which is light. And then he guides us to show us the way to live. It'd be easy for me really to say, you just work it through in the time you need. But if you just flick through even just the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus talks about forgiveness so much. And it's really direct in him saying you need to forgive. Because I think what seems to happen is that if we don't forgive, it's like we take ourselves off that path which leads to God's best. It's like our resentment and anger distracts us from his favour. But we're not alone. As I say, let me read out that Bible verse. It's from Matthew 11, 28 to 30. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Forgiveness is countercultural, really. It's not asserting our rights. And it's a powerful and beautiful thing. And it brings peace. It brings peace to ourselves, our relationship with others, and peace with God. So I'm just going to pray, and then I'll hand back to you guys. Okay, boys and girls, just close your eyes for a minute while I just pray, please. Father God, thank you for your incredible mercy and grace and your example of how to forgive, because you forgave us. Take those areas of our lives, Lord God, which are difficult to work through or even to think about, and just come with your Holy Spirit and change us to be more like you, and give us the courage, the boldness, and the humility to know how to forgive and how to say sorry. And I pray that you just unburden people here today, and you bring restoration, redemption, and release from the past. Amen.